Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
And welcome back to another recipe video.
So we're doing a Christmas nut roast recipe in this video, guys. I make this every year for Christmas. I just so happened to, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago, follow a recipe that James and I had been following for a nut roast, but I had some other ingredients at hand. I just randomly decided to throw them together and to add some different stuff. And guys, I'm not lying when I say that we came out with the best nut roast.
Yeah. And I have to say, like, every year it gets slightly better. Like, you add something. Like, last year trumped the previous two. You know?
Yes.
Gets a little bit better. And I wanted to say welcome to the first video of our Christmas edition of these recipe videos.
Yeah, it's Christmas month. It's also my birthday month too.
Woo-hoo.
Hey Sagittariuses, Sagittarians, Saggies. It's our season, it's Christmas season. I love this type of food. I love red onions and nuts and cinnamon and brown sugar and all the yummy things.
Such cozy ingredients, right?
So guys, we usually make recipes that are like relatively healthy. I'm just going to be straight up. All of these Christmas recipes we're going to be making this month are not healthy. They're indulgent, they're delicious. They do have healthy ingredients in them, but we're going to be using a bit of sugar, a bit of oil here and there, and also some plain flour. Although there is no plain flour used in this recipe, we are going to be using some bread.
At least it's wholemeal.
At least.
Yeah, you said they're not healthy. I think they're still healthier than maybe the majority of the Western diet. I still think they're like healthier options. No?
I don't know if I agree with that.
I'm just an optimist.
But I have a very high standard for what I deem to be healthy food. Are you offended by that?
No, oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I'm just sitting here chilling, like, how dare you? Okay. Alright, before we get started.
I just said that and you looked at me like, and you think I don't?
Really? Is that what you're saying? No, not at all, guys. To be honest, I don't really read in between lines like that, you know? I just take things as they are.
Yeah.
For this recipe, you're going to need an oven dish. We have a Pyrex dish.
Yeah, so guys, if you don't have one of these and you have like glass Tupperware containers, which we do have and they're a bit smaller, you could obviously just like make the same amount of ingredients and split it into two, or make half of the ingredients if you just have one container.
Or even like a cake tin. You could use a cake tin.
You could use a cake tin. Literally, you can use any kind of container possible. You just want to make sure that you give it a little bit of grease before you add any ingredients into it. As well as a Pyrex dish or any other type of container, we're going to be using a food processor to process some of the ingredients for this recipe. Alright guys, so for the ingredients for this recipe, you're going to need some olive oil or any other oil of your choice. It really does not matter at all, but we prefer using olive oil in this recipe.
We'll also be using 1 shallot and a large red onion.
I love the taste of those together. We're obviously going to be adding some garlic. I've seen a lot of nut roast recipes online that don't include garlic, and I just think that is criminal.
Oh god.
Who wouldn't use garlic? It's just one of the best ingredients.
We'll also be using a bag of mixed nuts and some almond flour or
ground almonds.
Or ground almonds.
Yeah, almonds.
Almonds.
I used to say almonds, and then I met James, and I started to say almonds.
All the months. That's all I'm going to say, okay?
And then guys, you're also going to need some soft brown sugar. You're not going to need much of it, but for a lot of our Christmas recipes, we use it, so we have a huge bag here.
And then we'll be using a few slices of some seeded bread. We have a wholemeal seeded bread just because we want to go for the healthier option. Obviously, it's completely up to you guys.
Yeah. And then for the seasonings, we're also going to be using some sage and a little bit of cayenne pepper, and we're also going to need a tiny bit of yeast extract just to help the nut roast rise a little bit. Rise up to the heavens.
Then, to really add some luxurious taste to this recipe, we have some nice Sauvignon Blanc white wine and a little bit of truffle oil.
You can use any type of wine you want to use. Some years I use red wine, sometimes I use white wine. It's mostly white. It really doesn't matter, but because you're going to be cooking the wine down anyway.
Yeah.
The truffle oil also is an additional element to the recipe. You don't have to use it because I know that it's quite difficult to get your hands on. We found it in a really random artisan shop somewhere in the mountains in Scotland. It's not something that you would just easily find in your supermarket. So if you don't have truffle oil, don't worry about it.
No.
But you could use olive oil that's infused with truffle if you want to have the taste of it, because that's actually what I used when I first made this recipe.
And that's in Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
That is easy to get hold of.
So you could use that if you want that. So that's all the ingredients, guys. Let's get on to cooking this. I'm so excited.
So am I. Start off by breaking up 2 slices of wholemeal bread into the blender and just giving that a nice little whiz so it turns into breadcrumbs. Oh, beautiful. And then putting that to the side, we want a baking tray. We've got a Pyrex dish and about a tablespoon of olive oil. We use our fingers here. Some people use tissue. You just want to cover the base. Now we have a mixing bowl and we're emptying our whizzed breadcrumbs in there. Yes, whizzed is a professional term. Back to the blender, we're emptying in our mixed nuts and now we're giving these a little whiz. Whiz. Now they're roughly chopped. They're not like whiz, they're just a little bit whizzed. So they're roughly chopped. You've got nice big chunks in there. So you want to empty the nuts into a bowl. Now on our stovetop we have a pan, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now we're adding our red onion and shallot and just sauteing them so they sweat. And really begin to release the flavours. We're adding some chopped garlic now. I mean, guys, you can smell this, I'm sure, through YouTube. This is beautiful. Now we're adding a cup of white wine. Now we're going to cook away the alcohol. This is really just for the taste. Now we're adding the soft brown sugar. And we're just mixing it and blending it. This is going to be delicious. Now putting that to one side, we're bringing back the breadcrumb and nut mix, adding in some almond flour, the yeast, and we're just folding the mix so it's all even. And now we're adding the sage and the paprika to the mix. Again, you just want to fold it all over, make sure all the flavours blend in, and now we're going to add the wine, onion, and sugar mix. We're going to mix this all together. It's going to kind of resemble a really nice and rich stuffing. Now we're adding the bang ingredient here, the truffle oil. Guys, you can add as much as you like. This is about 1.5 tablespoons. It kind of just depends to your flavour. Now we want to empty the mixture into the Pyrex dish and cover the base. Now you want to put this in the oven. We have a fan assisted oven, so it's on 200 degrees and we left it in there for 20 to 25 minutes. Now you can remove it from the oven and serve yourself a big beautiful slice of heaven.
And that's all you need to do, guys, for the Christmas nut roast recipe.
This is possibly the most indulgent thing you're going to taste at the Christmas table this year.
It smells so good, and honestly, guys, when I'm making it, I can't even resist like just taking scoops out of the bowl even before I've cooked it, and then once I've cooked it as well, I'm like just trying to eat it before I even serve it. Even right now, looking at this plate, I'm just like, give it to me.
I'm always surprised that Eva makes it to the table without in the kitchen, because like we have loads before it's even dinner time.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we should make 2 batches.
I think that's a good idea. For Christmas, we'll be making much more than we did in this video. Okay, first bite is going to go to you.
Ah, you're so sweet.
I'll give you a big one. Oh my gosh, guys, if I could make this for you, I would. It's one of the best things I've ever made.
It's like savoury but sweet granola. Do you know what I mean? Like a flapjack.
Yeah. And stuffing.
I just want gravy. We should have made gravy.
I'm not really a gravy person, but I'd eat it with like roast potatoes and Brussels and parsnips and carrots. So guys, that brings us to the end of this recipe. We really hope that you enjoyed it and that was easy enough to follow along to. It's one of my favourite things. I literally make this every single Christmas. I've been doing it for the past 3 years and it's never going to stop until the day I die.
No, if you make this recipe, you have to let us know. You have to let us know what your family say about it.
Oh, you have to. Honestly, I can guarantee you every single person who makes this recipe is going to love it. It is so good. This has become one of our staple Christmas recipes. It's a tradition for us to make it every year We are never going to stop. We hope that you enjoy it. It took a lot for me to be able to share this recipe with you because I hold it very close to my heart. So if you do try it out, please do tag us on Instagram, take a photo, take a little video, let us know how you adapted it if you did, let us know what you thought of it.
Yeah, we hope it brings you plenty of joy on Christmas Day if you do have it, because it always brings us
will.
joy.
Anyways, guys, that brings us to the end of the video. We really hope that you've enjoyed watching it. If you have, give it a thumbs up. That will really help us out. Leave your comments down below on what your favourite Christmas recipes are. If you've made a nut roast, that's an incredible recipe. We want to know about it.
Gosh, yeah, and as I said, hit that subscribe button, join our family.
Right there.
Make sure you select the bell and tick the box. You get a little notification every time we have a new recipe video or any new video coming out, because you surely won't want to miss anything that we're bringing you.
So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed the food if you do make it. Stay tuned for our next videos and we'll see you then. We love you so much.
Bye, guys!